Okay, I'm live. And I know this is short notice once again. I'm pretty sure lots of people are busy today, but some crazy stuff's going on. Yeah, figured I better do another stream. Better do another stream because I consider this to be very important for people to get the kind of information I'm going to be offering because, yeah, it's vitally important because the media, the propagandists, your thought leaders, the opinion makers out there, they're doing a miserable job in properly articulating the proper response to this COVID-19 outbreak. Okay, actually, let me share this to my social media pages here so people realize that I am live because I know that's another thing too. I also recognize that very few people are getting notifications. Of course, all the ISPs are limiting people's broadband and da 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 da. There's all kinds of excuses and reasons why people aren't getting the proper information, which is it's a failure. That's the problem with central planning, top-down micromanagement of the economy. Having monopolies. For service providers, yeah, failure. It's like I say, look at how easy it is to start breaking things down. Look how little bit all it took, right? Ooh, a threat of a virus. Like, it's just insane. It's just insane. And like I say, the reaction of people today. Hey, what's going on here? Ian and Derek, I see both of you are in the chat showing 0 up there for people that are watching though. So I don't know, whatever. Like I say, I don't go what's going on, Gordon Stewart. Looks like there's more than 0. I'm counting 4 at least just in the chat. What's going on, Rika? I'm seeing 5. Destination fucked my nugs. Like I say, what's going on here? Oh, okay, actually, the counter's starting to show a few now. Maybe it's just a little behind the times, but folks, we got a lot to cover here because I'm telling you, this is probably the most important thing. This COVID-19, I mean, it's obviously massive information overload. I get that, but I've been thinking about this, nonstop, even when I'm laying in bed. And most of the time, that's when I'm trying to, just put things behind me. But this is so important. And I'll tell you what it is this is creating another era of collective punishment. And one thing, like the old people that are used to that, especially the fucking boomers, like I say, not all, but that are all into that collective punishment, right? I mean, yeah, you're not gonna persuade those people. That's locked basically into their mindset, right? Is that collective punishment? I've known that was how I was like that. I just seen it. It was an example of just how the boomers, I guess that's how they were raised by their parents. But I say from Gen X on down, yeah, if there's one thing that we can do in the West to respect each other's sovereignty and our individual rights and liberties is no more fucking collective punishment, folks. This collective punishment bullshit, this is like I say, that is the downfall. That's the breakdown that you're seeing in society where they're putting these blanket statements or lockdowns or putting people in quarantine or isolation. And like I said, like I've been saying, and I'm getting the pushback constantly, but when I hear it, the pushback, it's people that are just repeating and regurgitating what they're hearing from their thought leaders and opinion makers. And I'm telling you, that just goes to show you, come on. How is it that none of these hacks in the media, especially like in the ones that are the dominant sources for most people's news, like CBC, how is it they haven't got one person within that organization that's willing to offer my perspective, right? And it's not even my perspective. It's just an alternative. Why are they all seemingly want to be in unison with each other and not allowing any dissenting opinions, right? That's how you know it's fucking propaganda. Because if the kind of stuff that I'm saying is just outrageous or just so foolish or I'm just too dumb or whatever. I mean, if that's the case, hey, let the people, if you want to prove your point, like those hacks in the media, you want to prove that someone like Bennett is just an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. His perspective is completely fucking retarded. Hey, put it on public display so that they can see. Well, hey, at least we gave them the chance, right? But they won't even, why that is because they know. And every time I hear someone tell me that my opinion is wrong and I challenge them, okay, come on here. Like I told a couple of them today and I'm doing it right now. I'm live streaming right now. So if anyone disagrees, you see the name of the stream, right? I'll bring you on. We can chat right back and forth with each other. All you need is a webcam. If you got a smartphone, you have no excuse. I can send the link to anybody. Well, I'll give me an email or something somewhere for me to send your link. So if you got a webcam and an email and you disagree with my stance and you think I'm wrong or I'm an idiot, then come on. I'll give you the opportunity to try to make me look bad. No problem whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, I care about the pursuit of knowledge and truth, right? And if you can prove me or convince me that I'm wrong, then, like I say, I've been listening. That's the thing. I've been listening to, my opponents. I've been listening to that perspective nonstop almost ever since this outbreak started, right? But I'm not hearing much in terms of anyone in the media allowing my perspective. So inundated with one-sided, lopsided perspective, but nobody wants to hear my, and when I even brought that up to someone that was arguing with me on my Facebook page, well, more or less saying, well, your opinion doesn't matter. You're irrelevant. Well, then why the fuck are you on my page? And then he says, oh, well, someone I knew shared your, well, why are you worried? I mean, if I was just some nut bar standing on the corner saying something that made no sense, why would you be concerned to go correct someone that's a nut bar and doesn't make any sense? No, the reason why they're coming to my channel and trying to push back against what I have to say is because they recognize that ideas and knowledge is very, very powerful, and they're scared to death. If people learn these things, right? Oh, because that's the thing. Once you've heard my perspective, all the people like, go ahead, like say, I'll wait for someone to prove me wrong. Like, I love it because I am a competitive guy and I've always been to races. Like, I'm lined up, man. I'm sitting right here. I'm at the strip. I'm sitting there. Now I'm pre-staged, motherfuckers. Line up, right? Line up with me. Got lots of people in the fucking bleacher section or in the nosebleed section or in the grandstands. I got lots of people yelling, hey, you suck, man. I'm like, well, then come on down here, motherfucker. Put up or shut the fuck up. But no, so far, no takers, right? So, yeah, I guess, right? Yeah. I mean, if I knew I was better than these people and I knew better and I could prove that, I would do it, right? I would do it. The fact that no one is willing to come on here and challenge me or try to make me look like the fool they wish I was, tells me that apparently you're not so confident in your own perspective after all, are you? Anyways, let me get in the chat here before we get too crazy on this stuff. Because, yeah, animated today. So, yeah, good afternoon, Derek. Ian, hey, what's going on? Gordon Stewart the third, right on. Hey, Rika, once again, nice to see you in the chat. My Nugs destination. Fuck, yeah, common sense is if you're 6 stay home. Exactly, right. And I love it. I was even listening to a CBC thing earlier on the radio again. Of course, like I say, you got to keep on touch what they're saying. And now, like, they're more or less pushing back against herd immunity. Oh, because when people are saying, well, yeah, but if people won't get infected, you can get some kind of thing of herd immunity, right? It's like, oh no, now they're against herd immunity. What the hell? Isn't the fucking hacks at the CBC constantly promoting the herd immunity thing in terms of, you better go get your vaccines. Oh, we might have to make vaccines mandatory. And why do they use it? Oh, because we need herd immunity, right? But now they're against herd immunity. What? I guess it just doesn't fit with the narrative, right? So they can flip-flop and completely reverse their stance, which tells you obviously there's nothing universal, there's nothing logic, there's nothing consistent. It's just all their opinions are just subjective based on the whims. Well, in reality, you know what it is they want to do things their way. They want to control society in their way. They want society to unfold and conform to their whims or their edicts. And yeah, if you push back against them where they can't do that, or if you show it, well, that doesn't work, like you're an authoritarian. They're like, oh no, we got to forget about that, right? What the limited broadband stuff. Oh yeah, my quality. That's the other thing. I looked at my stream yesterday. It's like, damn crap quality, folks. I hope it's not too crappy. Actually, let me open up a YouTube. Just see how crappy my quality is. Because, yeah, that's the other thing I keep in mind is I'm trying to kind of do this early on the fly. And, yeah, it's wow, right? Well, that's like I was saying earlier. If we had some fucking options and the ISPs, like, why are you so overwhelmed, ISPs? Why would you run it? Like, who runs a system where it's already at the edge, and the minute there's any increase in traffic or volume, they can't handle it? Don't you want to build up so that in case of emergency, right? No, once again, preparedness, thinking outside the box, preparing for the rainy day, right? Preparing for events. No, nobody does that anymore. Nobody does that. And these experts want to tell everyone else what to do with their fucking lives. People that don't even know how to fucking run a fucking business. Really though. Okay, let me see what's going on. I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna have to hit the mute there as soon as I do. People that don't even know how. It's not the greatest quality, but from my end, it's playing without buffering too bad. So I don't know. Hopefully it stays that way. Just keep me up to date there, folks, in the chat if it does get too bad, especially when I'm kind of going on a rant, because I don't want it to be interrupted. The only thing that people need to fear is what crap the governments are doing while they have you locked in your residence. Yeah, right? Like, come on, people. Don't be like, how the fuck are people so foolish enough to go along with this? I mean, come on. Even people that normally trust me are saying, well, I don't know. You seem to be going against what I'm hearing by the expert. Stop letting your media mouthpieces tell you who the hell the experts are. The minute they tell you that they're the expert, then you should, at the very, very least, right? What? Anyways, like, yeah, that stuff just, I don't agree with isolating everyone. It should be voluntary. It comes down to a personal responsibility. If you're at risk, exactly, Ian. Right? If you're the one that's worried, where the fuck does it even make sense? If you're the one that's worried, yes, you are the one that needs to isolate because you're the one that's worried about getting the disease. Forcing everyone else to be in lockdown to fucking protect you? No, I don't fuck the collective punishment bullshit. Right on, Ian. Right on bullshit. And like I say, anyone wants to challenge me on that? Like I say, I'm hoping that rather than the tip, you wise people, right, agreeing with me, I'm hoping somebody on here will say they do disagree with me and they want to come on. And don't worry, it's just words. It's just words, right? Even if I push back, I won't call you names or anything. Well, unless you start, right? But it's just words. It's just, you can have a disagreement or an argument, but people are always so scared, right? Oh, I don't want to. Oh, let's avoid confrontation. Well, then just accept the fact that you are unwilling to think critically or have your premises challenged, and then just go the hell away. Because I don't really care about people that just want to live in their own little echo chambers and never have their preconceived notions challenged, right? Anyways, yeah, welcome to communism. Yeah, make sure you're all ratting on your neighbor. Like, that's another thing now. Look at how many people out there fucking ratting on their neighbors and fucking people like Blaine Higgs say, oh, look, there's people at the park or the beach. Oh, we better bring in the military. What? And of course, you know what? He never did respond, never did reply to my tweet. I don't want to keep hammering and hammering away because then he'll say I'm what, harassing. But yeah, the premier of New Brunswick, big old fail. And that little bit of authoritarian mindset creeped out, and yeah, he made a public spectacle of it. I'm sure he's probably doing a little self-reflection now. That's the thing with these older people. They're all scared to death. Listen, if you're old and you're vulnerable, and I get it, listen, I'm going to get to that point at some point in time too, right? I'm going to be one of those people that are old and vulnerable. But rather than look to collectivize and punish everyone else, I'll take care of me. I'll own up to my personal responsibility to take care of me and not expect the rest of the society conform or to isolate to protect me, right? No, yeah, I'm a big boy, right? Come on, Canada, man or woman, put on your big boy and girl pants and own up to a little personal responsibility, right? Come on, punish everybody, right? And that's the other thing. Like, look at all these nursing homes, right? How come all these nursing homes are getting all these cases? That's an actually perfect place where you should be able to isolate, right? But no, they can't even do it there. Just like in prison, you can't even keep fucking drugs out of prison. But oh yeah, collective punishment is going to prevent any bad things from happening. When the fuck does that ever actually happen? Where you just punish everyone for the acts of a few, and then no bad things ever happen? Because I've never seen it, never experienced it in my life. It's just people keep falling for that same fucking mentality and over. And like I say, I understand why some of the older people do, because it's really hard to teach old dogs new tricks. But let's not let the younger generations fall in line with this collective punishment, because yeah, that's going to be a detriment going forward. That collective punishment is a detriment to every individual. So we cannot allow the young people and talk to your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews. Please spend some time and help these kids out, because you know what kind of information they're getting, and they are the future, right? Come on, we got to step up the plate. We got to help these young people out, because they're being woefully and massively inadequately informed about this stuff. But yeah, amen, Ian, amen. It's just sorry, folks. Well, I get on a big tirade on stuff like this. Why? Because I know what it means. Giving bylaw officers police powers. Wow, right? I don't know where that's happened, Gordon, but nothing surprises me at this point in time. It really doesn't. Anyone watched no, I don't know the whole 201. Like I say, I'll try to get into that maybe a little bit later on. But like I say, there's just so much. Let me see who else is. I see there's a few more peeps in the chat here. Encourage people to rat out, on their neighbors. I know. How pathetic is that? Don't do it, folks. Don't do it. The old way. Johnny is sick. We can't go to the water park. I'm sorry, everyone. Yeah, right? Yeah, right? Yeah. God, I remember that so much in school. It was just such a normal thing back then, is collective punishment, right? Oh, fuck. Punishment. People have never done anything wrong for the acts of a few. No. Oh, is it buffering bad? Ah, that's a bummer. Big time bummer, Gordon. I'm sorry about that. Like I say, I mean, right? The infrastructure should be able to handle this. If we all have internet connections, they shouldn't always rely on that we won't be using it. Like, see, when you need it, when you really need it most, because we have such a monopoly in the West and in our country, especially in Canada, right? Because there is such a monopoly, they'll just give you whatever. There's no reason for them to step outside, to go above and beyond. That's why they're all closely aligned in price point with each other for the most part, what their service packages are. They're just, that's what monopolies do, right? Whereas if we lived in a true free market competitive world, there'd be people right now be like, whoa, look at this. Ooh, if we offer like huge amounts of data and bit, I mean, they might have to spend a little more to get it, but look, we would be able to offer, but you can't do that today. All these media or these ISPs are like, well, we've prevented any of the new upstarts from being able to offer new, ways to get the internet out to everyone, some new infrastructure. We have to rely on the old infrastructure, the monopolized infrastructure. And now we're in a bottleneck and there's no new infrastructure to take up, just like the roadways. I mean, how many times are the fucking roadways? You're every day in places like Toronto, there's just nonstop congestion. You could have fixed that properly, right? But no. Oh, if you had a competition to the TTC, well, the TTC might lose out on some of the revenue, right? So you can't have all alternative services out there. Like I say, folks, that one size fits all approach bullshit and top down government, it is showing, come on, at the very least, it's showing just how much of a failure in so many ways that they are. And that lady, that's another thing too, when I was listening to the CBC, or hospitals are overwhelmed. From what I'm hearing from people that are actually going to the hospital, unless the people that are in my chat or people that I've been watching in other videos, like, and commenting and in call-in shows, or something, unless everyone's lying, right? I'm hearing a lot of people saying that actually the hospitals are pretty like, actually not many people are showing up because they're scared to go to the hospital. But I'm getting, like I say, we're getting conflicting information. Now that's something that you could prove for yourself just by going to the local hospital, and do a quick visual and just see, is it overwhelming? Is it packed? Which one is it? Right? I don't know. Because like I say, conflicting stories, which on something like that, I don't know how you can get conflicting stories. It should be something that, is it real or not? Like if you go to the hospital in Fredericton, or if you go to the hospital for sick kids in Toronto, you should be able to see, is it overwhelmed, right? Lined up down the streets, or is it not? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, they're destroying the lives of many people in small business. Most jobs that are being lost will not be recovered. The government needs to be hung. Well, yeah. And it's the small businesses that they want to destroy. They want the big corporations to rule the roost. That's what, well, some, right? Not all, like I say, it's not a conspiracy theory, but those who, like the corporations, are really happy about how this is unfolded. For sure. Because, yeah, they'll survive, right? The little mom and pop store that's only got a few employees, yeah, how are they going to make it, right? No, they'll have to, give up or sell to a major corporation or something, which once again just creates a larger monopoly. Yeah, they're hollowing out the middle class and they're hollowing out the small to medium businesses. Well, that's you would have to do that, right? If you want to bring about something even remotely resembling communism or socialism, yeah, you got to get rid of all those independents, right? Yeah, please. Hey, what's going on, Norm Martin? Thanks for joining. I'm not familiar with seeing Norm Martin in the chat, but nice to see you here. Like everyone, if you don't mind, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you don't mind there, Norm, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm fired up. I'm fired up, boys and girls. What's going on? Good times. Cheer, Robert. Beware of zombies. Hey, freedom free for all. What's going on? Disagree with mandatory anything, let alone isolation. It's grotesque. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Like I say, that's the sad part is, well, it's actually, I'm happy about it. It's not sad, but I have such great people that tend to watch my streams that I'm going to have a difficult time, I suppose, find someone that doesn't, because, if it makes sense, it makes sense, right? Because you folks seem to have common sense, which I wish it was common, as much more common than what it is in my stream, because it doesn't seem to be. Rika, hello. Okay, vaccine is poison. Don't take it. Well, I mean, some are, some aren't. Like when it comes to stuff like that, I don't know. But should it be mandatory? No. You don't need to protect me from myself. If you're worried about someone else, that's the thing. If the person that's worried about it, they're the ones that need to have the vaccine, right? In terms of the whole vaccine, like forced vaccination or mandatory. No, if you are worried about it or vulnerable or someone, those are the people that you need to worry about, right? Not the people that aren't. Not the people that aren't. You don't have to punish everyone else, right? I will take my chance with the flu over their vaccine. Yeah, well, I would too, to be honest with you. I really would. And I mean, I'm an adult. I'm a big boy. I should be allowed to make that goddamn decision for myself. And anyone who thinks something different than lamestream media, yeah, I know, right? Hey, what's going on, Spartan Chuckles? Nice to see you in the chat. I'm not sure if I've seen you before. Nice to see a couple new folks in the chat. And if you are new in the chat, please, like I say, help me out here because I'm having a hard time as it is to try to get my message out there other than to the fine people that usually come to my stream. But, we need other people. Like, this is very important. And the reason why I'm continuing to do these streams almost seemingly daily now is because it's so vitally important to do so, right? I see the disinformation that's being spread around out there, and it's just so important that we push back against this stuff. So anything that you can do to help me in any way, please, please, please. Like I say, liking and subscribing. I mean, I'm down to like bare minimal in terms of views and stuff like that now as it is, and I'm trying my best to counter it, but I need everyone else's help to do so, right? The bell icon. Bell loves control. Signal is good right now. Oh, thanks, Ian. Good to hear. Bell loves control, of course. Well, like once you've gained a monopoly, yeah, you don't want to give up your monopoly. Which is why you should never allow monopolies to come to exist in the first place. Hey, May. Once again, too, if you're new to the chat, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Spartan Chuckles. Experts can be wrong and have been wrong. Well, yeah. I mean, just using the term expert, what the fuck does that even mean? I have people in my family, and those of you who are regular watchers, I've got doctors, teachers, nurses, all kinds of people that are really, really intelligent, right? And you could say maybe even experts in their field, but they're experts in that particular thing that they do. Like division of labor means that people aren't experts in everything. They're only experts in a particular field, right? And in their particular field doesn't mean that considering this is all new, you cannot be an expert in COVID-19, right? Because it's all new. They're even admitting it. So you're not an expert. And even if you are, once again, expert or not, if you're making sense, because there's lots of people that can be perceived or suggested that they're expert, but is what you're saying. Is it logical? Is it consistent? Is it based on facts, scientific evidence, not speculation, not politics, not preference, not opinion, but does it make sense, right? Now, when someone says they're an expert in viruses, right? Okay. But are you an expert in social or politics? Or how to control societies, right? I'm pretty sure you're not an expert in that. So stick to your fucking wheelhouse. But that's the thing. The media try to use these people, and you can hear the media hacks try to get these experts to align with the political rhetoric they're trying to espouse. Now, fortunately, some of these experts won't go along, but they also won't do much to push back either. They just kind of sit there and remain silent, or just doesn't pretend they agree or disagree. Anyways, experts, yeah. Experts don't equal perfect and don't make mistakes. Exactly. There's no such thing as people that are perfect. No such thing. I mean, how many experts have we seen time and time again be proven wrong, right? Okay, Ian, let's see what Ian's saying here. I'm in the at-risk age group, 51 next month. The flu doesn't scare me as much as the financial impact we'll be facing. Yeah. Well, I mean, even if I was like 80, like I say, I still would never be suggesting. Like, to me, it's like, well, if I'm worried for myself, I got to protect myself. I would never suggest, like I just can't even imagine you know what? It's alien to me to have a mindset that in order to protect me, I have to shut down everybody or everything in the economy or society. Like, I mean, how fucking entitled of a mentality would I have to be? How, man, I must really be fucking full of myself if I think that I am so goddamn important that the entire world or the entire society or the entire economy and everyone should be in isolation to protect me. I was like, no, don't put yourself out of the way, folks. I'll do that all by myself. Like I said, personal responsibility. But how many people out there are owning up to personal responsibility? You know, look to government or their media mind or masters or opinion makers to tell them what to do. You can tell they're not thinking for themselves because once you bring up, I know that it's so easy to prove they're not thinking for themselves because once I offer a different perspective, they're like, does not compute. I don't know. Why is that? Why is that? Because you haven't thought about it all. All you've done is repeated what your political masters, your thought leaders told you, which tells me that you don't know how to think. You don't know how to think critically about issues. And like I said, if that's the case, then I don't really care what your opinion is. If you don't know how to think critically, like I don't go ask people that are, illiterate how to read. Why would I do such a thing? Remember when Dr. Fauci said in 2017 that the next administration would have a surprise pandemic? He also said in 2020, COVID is not that fatal. Fear is the best. Oh, fear. That's what they use, fear. And people are scared the fuck to death, right? Scared to death. And you're causing a lot of people. That's what I mean. All this panic, all the panic's actually, even like I say, even you got the workers in Amazon. You got a lot of people now are wanting to go on strike because they're looking around. It's like, oh, everyone else is sitting home while the government workers and some of these people are sitting. It's like, I want to. This panic is actually, like I say, the cure is going to prove to be much worse than this virus is. I'm just old and sarcastic. Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with being a little sarcastic from time to time, right? And definitely nothing wrong with being old. That's the one thing about being old, folks, is none of us get to escape it, right? No matter who the hell you are. What's this? I see. Oh, hey, thanks. Good times for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Been playing Clue with the kids. Experts can be paid for their. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these experts are getting big time money for their opinions. I'm not getting a damn thing, basically. Well, no, I shouldn't say anything. I just got $3. So shouldn't say anything, right? But I mean, I would offer my opinion regardless because it's important. Like to me, the pursuit of truth and knowledge is much more important, of course. But we all have to make money. We all have to live and get by. Trying to wake up my friends and family that are asleep, but it's like trying to hold back the tide. It's hard. That's why, like I say, especially the older folks, good luck on that. Not going to happen, which is try to reach out to those, who still, have enough of an open mind left that they can think critically. Because some people you're not going to reach them, and don't waste your time. If they're those people that are just unwilling to listen to reason, which represents, like I say, some of the people that comment on my Facebook page, like don't waste too much time. I mean, try as you best, try as you may, but if they're unwilling to, then just move on, because don't waste your time. Been playing Clue with my kids. Right on. Freeland in the kitchen with refresh if buffering. Good idea. Yeah. Okay, Derek. My Opa told me 20 years ago it was going to get worse, and he was right. Yep. Well, like I say, we've unfortunately, not we, society has got to this point where, and it's a sad reality because history constantly has to, like, why we have to keep going through this stuff? Because nobody, but like I say, in the age of information, that's why it's so important for us to put the work in now, right? Might not benefit us today, but hopefully we're laying the foundation that people in the future will at least have a half decent shot at things, right? Hopefully. Thanks, Amy. I don't know. Robert Babcock. I'm 72 years old. I have never believed any of their BS. I watched many governments come and go. This is definitely the worst yet. The communist NWO is doing its damnedest to depopulate the world. It is definitely, well, I mean, for me at 50, well, I'll be 50 at the end of this year, but at my age, yeah, this is insane. I mean, the Russian scare, right? Duck and cover. I mean, they didn't shut down the entire economy of the West, even under the nuclear threat, during the Cold War. I mean, the financial 9/11, right? The 2 World Trade Centers and Building 7, the Pentagon. I mean, that was fucking huge, right? That was a massive thing. They didn't shut down the entire economies or quarantine everyone off or make everyone. And that was like, that was, I would suggest, pretty dangerous. And there was still obviously a lot of potential threat. Nobody knew how many more threats were coming. So wouldn't that have been a time, duck and cover? And no, they wanted to keep the economy humming going. They kept getting going, things going then the financial crisis. Once again, everybody didn't fucking, but this for some reason, they're hell bent. Well, like I say, this is like a reset, and they want to be able to control it. And while everyone's at home, they can do whatever the fuck they want, unfettered, because there's no one out and around. Like I say, I can't speculate as to all of the reasoning behind it, but I just know that the way they're reacting is wrong. What's next? They call 911 in Canada for someone who coughs when children teach. What children teacher? He hurt my feelings. Grow up. Yeah. Lisa Grass. Hey, Lisa. Nice to see you in the chat. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate that. The state's already prioritizing internet because I work online tech support for the internet company. Well, that's good. You definitely want to make sure. That's the thing in this situation, especially if you're forcing everyone to isolate. Then how else do they have to commute or to telecommute or to use it for work? Like, this infrastructure is vitally important, obviously, at this particular time, right? Like, how insane is this? That's the part that's crazy, is they're doing everything half-assed and backwards. And like I say, nobody was prepared, but yet they're going to claim to be the experts. But nobody was prepared. Experts. Right. Don't even know how to clean up their own house or tuck in their own sheets or do their own bed. But yeah, they're going to tell everyone else what to do. Right. Yeah. Okay, sure. Why is this not working? Okay. Rusty Peterson. Hey, why is this not working? Uh-oh. Am I still live?